Hi guys, my name's Emma and welcome to today's video. Today I have a review for you guys. I was recently fortunate enough to be selected to collaborate with Sassoon and Katrina Maree right here on YouTube. I submitted a video audition for Katrina's Beautiful Hair Challenge. Along with 4 other girls, I was selected and was sent the Sassoon 3Q hairdryer to review over the course of the month. So I was sent the hairdryer in the beginning of March. I've been using it pretty much every day since then, so I can get a real feel for, has it changed my hair, has it improved the health or the quality of my hair, and if it really does the things that it claims to do on the box. So I am pretty excited to share my thoughts and opinions on this hairdryer with you guys, so let's get into it. So first off, this is the box. It's empty, obviously. I've already sort of got my hands onto it. The 3Q gets its name from the claims that it makes right here on the box. It claims to be quick, quiet, and quality. So I kind of kept those 3 things at the top of my mind each and every time I was using the hairdryer to see if it could not only talk the talk, but walk the walk. Can hairdryers walk? So here is the actual hairdryer itself. It's pretty sleek as far as the design goes. Silver at the end and kind of fades into a darker metallic grey. Like a typical hairdryer, it has the settings down the handle here. It's got 6 different settings. You've got your power down the bottom, which is like any typical hairdryer, sort of a low and high setting. Then you've got a low, medium and high heat setting, as well as a cool setting. The settings are pretty standard when you compare it to any other hairdryer, at least the ones that I've tried anyway. The thing that sets the 3Q apart from other hairdryers that I've used in the past is the cool setting. It's actually cold. I've never had that in a hairdryer. It's always kind of been warm or at least lukewarm air. This one blasts out really cold air, which is fantastic for actually setting your style and locking in shine. The other thing that I really like about the hairdryer is the fact that it has a super long cord. Our bathroom isn't set out in the most functional format, so having a long cord when my power point is on the other side of the room is really helpful. I'm not sort of trying to duck down and use the last inch of the cord to try and get my hair dry in the morning, which is a bonus. The 3Q isn't just sleek, it's actually really lightweight as well. It's only 480 grams, so when you are sort of holding it above your head, it's not going to hurt your arms because you're not going to be there for a super long time holding up a really big, chunky, heavy hairdryer. That leads me into my next comment around the 3Q is one of the claims it makes around being quick, and holy crap, it seriously is. I have some footage for you guys that I'm going to show a little bit later in the video about how I actually use the 3Q on a typical day-to-day, and it has significantly cut down the amount of time that I spend blow drying my hair. I have really thick hair and I have heaps of it, and typically, well, the hairdryer that I was using before was a Remington something, and I'd spend sort of 15-20 minutes getting my hair to a point where it was 100% dry, but the results were nowhere near as fantastic as the results I get with this, and I do it in a significantly shorter time. The claims of being 70% faster than your average hairdryer, I would back that up 110%. I really do think that they've nailed that with the 3Q hairdryer. The second claim that the hairdryer makes is that it has 40% less noise than other hairdryers. I don't think it's overly noisy, but I also don't think it's overly quiet. I have compared it with my current hairdryer and it's a little bit less noisy than that one, but you know, I'm not gonna blast this in a house full of quiet people. We do have a relatively small house and our bathroom is right next to the bedroom, so I would avoid using it while my boyfriend is sleeping. But, you know, it's not deafening and you could definitely hold a conversation with another person while you're blow drying your hair, if that's what you want to do. I'm not sure. Do you talk to people while you're blow drying your hair? I don't. Okay, so the third and final claim that the 3Q makes is that it is quality. As far as the style, the design, the actual workmanship of the hairdryer itself, I would definitely support that. The hairdryer uses new technology that uses electrics and magnets to power the motor rather than brushes. I'm not going to claim that I know what the hell that actually means, but they do say that because this uses a brushless motor, it has 10 times the durability and will last 10 times longer, or up to 5,000 hours of use. With the reduced drying time that this has, it means this is going to last me for 164 years. I'm pretty happy with that. I can't really talk too much to that point though, because I have only been using this for the last month, but so far so good. Next, I just want to quickly talk about the attachments that it comes with. You'll see in the video that I insert later, I use the concentrator. It's this little guy here. It's just got a nozzle which sort of widens out and thins out at the end that actually points the airflow to your hair, and then this end attaches to the end of your dryer. So what the concentrator does is exactly what the name sounds. It concentrates the airflow in a tiny little jet. What it helps with is when you follow that down the length of the hair from root sort of all the way down the shaft to the ends, it really gives you precision and control so that you can focus the air or the heat in one area. I find I use this the most often to sort of straighten and reduce frizz, especially when you do use it in sort of a downward motion down the shaft of the hair. It does also come with this giant diffuser. This thing is almost as big as my head, which is fantastic because it means it's not going to take you as long to do your entire head. So what a diffuser is actually for is to give texture and volume to your hair. It's great if you have naturally curly or wavy hair because it can really emphasize and bring life and volume to your curls. So when I let my hair air dry, it does have some texture to it. It's I guess loose waves, but it's not super duper curly, and the waves aren't anything significant. So I have tried this a couple of times to sort of see if I can emphasize the curls. I've got it, you know, looking half decent. It's definitely cuts down the frizz if you use it right. So I'd prefer to use this over letting it air dry any day. So the last thing that the 3Q hairdryer actually came with was this teeny tiny little brush. It is so adorable. It didn't say what it was for, but I'm assuming it is to keep the, I guess the air filter on the back of the hairdryer clean. So this little bit at the back twists off, and then I guess I just use the brush to sort of clear away any dust or build up that was clogging up the back of the dryer, just so that you can maximize the air intake and keep the hairdryer in good condition to make it last as long as it claims it will last. Overall, I am super duper impressed with how this hairdryer has performed over the last month. I've definitely noticed a significant difference compared to using my old hairdryer. My hair isn't as dull and it's significantly less frizzy. So this is my hair. I have chucked a tiny little bit of argan oil through it just to sort of tame the flyaways, but I typically do that anytime I blow dry my hair before anyway. But I've never really got this sort of smooth look before from a hairdryer alone. I'd always have to use it in conjunction with a hair straightener. So I'm really impressed on that front. The 3Q hairdryer retails at about $180. That's in Australian dollars, and I was fortunate enough to be sent this for free by VS Sassoon, but I can guarantee you guys that the feedback from this video has been my absolute genuine and honest opinion of the dryer. I am really impressed with how it's turned out over the last month, and I'm definitely going to keep using it. Before I finish off this video, I would really like to extend a huge thank you to Katrina Maree and VS Sassoon for giving me the opportunity to review the 3Q hairdryer. It's been a fantastic experience and I'm really thrilled that I was chosen. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and gotten some valuable feedback that might help you sway your decision to see if the 3Q is right for you. I am in love, completely 110% sold on this dryer. It is the best thing since sliced bread, in my opinion. What I'm going to do now is insert a clip of me using the hairdryer and how I would typically style my hair on a day-to-day basis. Let's have a look at that now. Hi guys, so here I am with my fresh turban towel. I look adorable, don't I? I didn't actually towel dry my hair too much because I knew I was doing my makeup first, so I just let the towel suck up the moisture from my actual hair itself. Before I do any kind of heat treatment, I always use a heat protectant. This one is by Tresemme. I've been using it for a really long time. Just kind of ruffle that through my hair before I use a straightener, a blow dryer, or a curling iron. You know the deal. So I did actually time this for you guys. I don't have autofocus, so if you can't see the time, sorry, but you guys will be amazed at how quick this actually happens. So I start off by using no special technique or method really. The aim of the game here is just to get my hair to sort of 80-90% dry, so nearly there, but a little bit of dampness to it. I'm doing that by using the highest power setting or highest speed setting with the highest heat setting. So I just want to get it done as quickly as humanly possible, as electronically possible. Maybe that's a better description. So one tip I will give you guys, this thing gets super duper hot. So you can see here I'm kind of wiggling the dryer back and forth. That's just so that the hot air isn't concentrated in one spot, so you don't actually burn yourself, because I've learnt that the hard way in previous times. So yeah, keep that in mind. I've just done this all over my head with the drying technique I've just explained. It's nothing special. I don't have mad skills when it comes to using a hairdryer. I'm a little bit uncoordinated, to be perfectly honest. I don't use a round brush or anything because I actually had a traumatic experience with a round brush as a child, so let's not go there and relive the trauma. So next up, I've got my hair to the point where it's 80-90% dry, and it took a minute and a half. We'll get there eventually. There we go. Bit blurry, but a minute and 31 seconds to get it to 80-90% dry is phenomenal in my opinion. I guess to finish the style, what I do is I split it into two sections. So here I am just pulling up the top half of my hair, twisting it into a little bun, and then in a second I will secure it with an alligator clip, but not before nearly dropping it and poking myself in the eye. Told you, Unco. So I'm looking like a little sumo knot now. I'm using the concentrator attachment for this second part of the styling, I guess, and like I explained earlier in the video, the concentrator really does exactly that, is to sort of direct the airflow in a really strong jet of air so that you can get the heat where you want it to go, really. So what I do with the concentrator is I just start at the root, section by section, and I slowly drag the dryer down the shaft of the hair all the way to the ends, just like that. Nothing special. You can see again, I'm just using my fingers to pull through my hair. I'm not using any brushes or anything. This won't give you the smoothest result, but it's smooth enough for my liking or for my personal taste. Go ahead and use a round brush or a brush of some description if you want to get, you know, a perfection, smooth, totally sleek look, but this works just fine for me. So I'm just following around using that same technique. Be careful that you always point the nozzle downwards. Don't go up the shaft of the hair, sort of like pointing towards the ceiling. You always want to point the nozzle facing down to the ends from root to end. That way it just sort of, seals off the hair cuticle and seals in the shine and reduces frizz, or at least I found that's what works best for me, and I guess that's what I've had done in salons previously when I've got it professionally done. So just finishing off that bottom layer now before we move on to the next section. So I'm just undoing the top and dropping the clip like an unco. Again, there's nothing special about the top half. I'm just trying to find my natural part, which is somewhere in the middle. Most days anyway. My hair has a bit of a mind of its own, and I really just use the same technique. So when we get the dryer any second now, Emma, I'm using the dryer in exactly the same fashion, just going from top to bottom, brushing my fingers through my hair and using that, I guess, same motion of going top to bottom, making sure I get every little last piece of hair. And I just do that all the way around my head. So I've just cut the clip so that I don't bore you guys to tears. So I've just finished it off there. And as you guys can see, although I look mega frowny and pouty face, I am really super stoked with the results. I've never achieved this with a dryer alone, and I'm really happy with how it comes out. So that's what I do on a day-to-day typically, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been fantastic, and here is the final result. 4 minutes 47 seconds if you didn't see that. Awesome!